Hello, good afternoon and welcome back to Oulton Stadium, where here we are for the championship final of the Women's Rugby League. So it's Salford against Oulton Raidettes here this afternoon here at Oulton. These two sides have played each other twice already this season. It's one each as far as scorelines goes. My name's Dave Parkinson, delighted to be alongside Rachel Thompson. How are you doing, Rachel? Are you okay?
Yes, very good, thank you.
I think we're in for a really exciting encounter, aren't we?
Yeah, like you said, they've the one victory each during the season, so it really is anyone's game, and I guess we're going to see who comes out on top after 80 minutes.
Yeah, so Salford qualified for this final by virtue of a 24 points to 4 defeat of Hull Kingston Rovers last week. It was an altogether closer encounter as far as Oulton Raidettes were concerned. They defeated Warrington Wolves Lunars by 13 points to 12. Doesn't get much closer than that, does it?
No, that's definitely a playoff rugby at its finest.
So we're awaiting the two sides taking the field, but now is a real opportune time to go through how both of these teams look ahead of this one. We'll start by looking at the lineup for the Salford Red Devils, and they line up with Alexandra Simpson at fullback. Then it's Lauren Ellison, Sadie Riari and Brogan Evans in the centres, Steph Gray in out the wing. Then it's a halfback partnership of Louise Fellingham and Demi Lee Jones. In the front row, Serena Tamu, who's previously played in the Women's Super League for Warrington, alongside Tamsin Corcoran and Yasmin Parton Sotomayor. Then in the back row, it's Helena Walker and Vicky Kinney, and locking the scrum, Megan Conliffe. The bench, as it lines up, is Darcy Price, Hannah Wicks, Casey Naylor, Gabby Chaplin, Eppie Fletcher and Lucy McEwen. So that's for the head coach Christopher Bates. And if we take a look over at the Oulton lineup, well, this is the second time that they featured on our league this season. We did cover one of their games that they played in the Challenge Cup. They line up with the vastly experienced Danielle Rose at fullback. It's Sophie Oram, Ellie Johnson, Lisa Taylor and Lara Dalby who are in the back line. At halfback, it's the very promising, I should say, Caitlin Casey alongside Kira Gittins. In the front row, it's Elliot May Wainhouse, Leah McFarlane and Caitlin Jade Wilkinson. The back row is Vanessa Harriman, Alice Abyss and Emily Fitzpatrick, and it's a bench that features Kelly Aitken, Abby Briggs, Kia Holmes, Darcy Westwood and Abigail Birtwistle for head coach Andrew Williamson. And both sides taking the field. Our match officials for this one, by the way, referee Danny Tyndall and the touch judges, as they were in the first game, Fergus Brown and Simeon Kwambi. Both sides looking resplendent. Vocal support from Salford has come over the Pennines. I can hear them singing the famous song. I get the feeling we're in for a good game, really big game.
Yeah, I think it should be a good game. Really looking forward to this one.
So it was Salford 20, Oulton 10 at Salford, and then Oulton 26, Salford 12 at Oulton. And interestingly, our match official in this one is wearing one of the National Conference League cameras. So this is something that's been up and down the National Conference League this season. This has obviously helped the development of younger referees. It's also helped cut down on things like on-field swearing, etc, etc. People are on their best behaviour.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, anything to help the game, and it's proved that it's helping. So
now, if I'm after players that we should be looking out for in this game, certainly the Salford captain Louise Fellingham is one to look out for. She's ever present at 6 all season for them, scored 10 tries over the course of the campaign. And yes, I'm going to look at her opposite number 6 for Oulton Raiders, Caitlin Casey, a very young player, qualified through the under-18s lineup. But she's also played for the England students this season, so she's had an excellent campaign, and he's on the radar of Leeds.
Yeah, she's a very promising player. I've seen her play a couple of times, and you can tell she's just a natural talent. She played for Leeds in the nines and was great and stepped up there. So she definitely got a big future ahead of her.
So away we go in this championship final. The restart bounces and bobbles, and it's Salford making first use of possession. And the first tackle comes in as well, and there's 3 players upon it. I get the feeling this is going to be tough. It's going to be tough going. It's going to be good. It's going to be competitive. Don't go adjusting your internet cables or whatever it is that you're watching. How you're watching at home. We are our league this afternoon. Women's Rugby League 4 Championship final. And there's that run coming in from Yasmin Parton-Sotomayor. Known to her teammates as YPS. Maybe I should pick up that one. Great tackle there. Wonderful work. I think particularly from Elliot May Wainhouse. She's involved in the tackling again from Oulton Raiders, and Salford so far not going too far down the ground in this set. That was Parton-Sotomayor's second carry as the kick comes in. It's a clearing one, which should bounce and it'll trickle towards the touchline. There's work here for Oulton Raidettes to do, and then fortunately she's just dived on it.
Yeah, it was a great kick and probably a great first set for Salford. You know, they've managed to get more or less all the way down the field, and hopefully they can keep Oulton down here.
Lauren Ellison was doing the chase on that last tackle for Salford, and now the Oulton Raidettes come forward to the 20-metre line. I've got to say, it's a struggle for me to make out those numbers actually, white on the colourful background that it is, but we'll do our best as we play on. I'm sure I'll get more used to it. Short running down this left hand side. I've got to say that pass looked forward and certainly was to Caitlin Jade Wilkinson.
Yeah, you couldn't really call it any other way. It was definitely forward. She just overran it. It was a great run, but you know, just a little bit too fast. Yeah,
I think McFarlane was trying to be a bit too cute to dummy half, really, wasn't she?
Yeah, she just needs to give it a little bit earlier. Let her forwards settle into this game and do the work. But she's just getting a little bit excited. But hopefully that'll settle the nerves.
Well, to be fair as well, if you can't get excited for a grand final, then when can you get excited?
Yeah, no, definitely. They'll come good and settle into this game, and you'll see a few mistakes of people just being a little bit too keen, but I'm sure Oulton will definitely do better next time.
So it's Fellingham to feed this scrum for Salford. They've got a good attacking line-up off down the left-hand side. Ball comes out. And straight away, it's released. They've made advances to that 30-metre line. Out of dummy half comes Corcoran. Passing to her right. Again, the tackling is good through the middle from Oulton Raidettes. Fellingham releases it to the back line quickly. It's out down this right hand side with Rihari. Rihari up beyond the 20. Well caught by 3. Ball goes loose. Referee spots a penalty. Perhaps just a little bit too committed in the tackle there. Sophie Oram, one of the 3 players that were involved. Salford tapping it. They'll come forward now through Megan Conliffe. Conliffe to the 10-metre line. Corcoran scheming. Pops it left. Long ball. Again released by Jones. Further out wide. They've worked the opening. They're going in for a try. Superbly worked at the corner. Steph Gray going in and scoring it. That took a little bit of scoring. Great finish as well. Has it been given? No, it hasn't. It's not been given. Wow, I was getting all excited and I was starting to look at my notes. That could have been her 18th try of the season. It's been ruled a forward pass.
Yeah, I mean, I was a bit unsure when she threw it, to be fair, but it was a great bit of rugby. If it was just a little bit further behind her, then it would have been a great try.
Yeah, lovely hands out off to the left-hand side. Jones, and then, I've seen him given, I think he was forward. I think it was forward.
She was on the whitewash, so when the ball went in front of it...
they made a mistake here, Oulton. It's been picked up by Salford. Can they go over this time? They're on this right-hand side of the field. Flooding forward now, Corcoran. Nice ball out to Rihani. Rihani's ducked between 2 defenders and touchdown. It's a great finish from Rihani. And there's the opening score. No one's taking that away from him.
Yeah, no, they were probably a little bit disappointed to not get the try there, but then they came out firing and caused Oulton to make the mistake, and it was a great finish. She shouldn't have probably got that down. She should have been bundled into touch, but a great bit of footwork, and she just popped the ball on the line.
They were always running out of numbers, weren't they, down this sort of right hand side as soon as they turned the ball over. This pass from Corcoran was a belter. and then the step.
Yeah, that's just the awareness to step back inside where there was no player and not going to touch. But yeah, Taz has got a great passer, and that's why she's really carried this Salford team this season. Her passing is great from off the floor at 9, but clearly she can do it in play when need to as well, and that's what she's just done there.
So Demi Jones with this conversion attempt, 93 goals for her over the course of the season.
There must have been a lot of tries scored.
Yeah, well, I was looking. They've scored over 500 points in all competitions, Salford. So you're right, it's a lot of tries.
Yeah, good effort.
It's always interesting when you look at kickers with the style as well. So she's almost twisting her whole body towards the post to take one look, and tell you what, it's pretty effective. It's very effective. What a goal! That is 6 points to 0. What a strike!
Yes, it was like you say, every kicker's got their own little technique, but it's whatever works for them, and that clearly, has worked for Demi, so great kick.
We're just having another look at this finish. And I just like how quickly they slotted into some sort of shape down this right-hand side.
Yeah, the transition there for the whole team to go from defence to attack was done pretty effortlessly, and that's what scores you some great tries, just quickly getting into attack on the back of a spillage from Oulton. So Oulton won't be spilling the ball in their own 10 metres again, as you can see, because Salford can capitalise on it very quickly.
Let's see if they can get themselves back on parity. Casey gets us underway again. Decent restart, it bounces, bobbles and trickles inside the 20. Eventually picked up by Yasmin Patton Sotomayor. I think I'm getting quicker at saying the name. Unfortunately, she's not passed it since I've mentioned her, so Salford bring it away from their own end. Decent carry. Nice support around the player as well. Corcoran sets off on a run. Lays it off as well, perfectly for support. Oh, that's a powerful run that from Kinney.
Yeah, great run. And she just kept going, didn't she? No matter the defender, she just put her head down and went for it.
Infield, it's moved from Salford. Fillingham looked like she was going to put that longer, and then thought, no, I'll go short with the pass. Half-back's prerogative. Can just change things at a whim.
Yes. Just game management, I think. She didn't really see the need for that big long pass.
No, but it was just funny because it was like, I'm going to pass big here. No, I can go short. It's not a problem. Corcoran on the last, down the left-hand side. Kick comes in from Jones. Oh, it's a high one, spinning end on end. Oh, not taken by the fullback Danielle Rose. Eventually they get on the end of it to Oulton, but they're coming up with a couple of early errors here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're their own worst enemies at the minute, Oulton. Just need to cut out them silly handling errors and control the ball, and we'll get the ball in some good decent field position. It seems to have all been Salford's good ball at the minute.
Yeah, 8 minutes of the game gone, 6-0 to the Red Devils. They've got the point at this scrum, and they'll take it down this right hand side with Fillingham again, linking with the try scorer Rihari. Rihari tackled on the 10-metre line, plays it to Corcoran, quickly infield to Fillingham. Fillingham then feeds it in further to Tamu. Good player Tamu, and she slipped the ball out. They could be in. Kia Salford, that's great cover defence from Oulton.
Yeah, if she'd have given that, you thought they'd have walked in. There was no defenders out there, but great defence.
Ellie Mae Waynehouse, I mean, she had no right to actually be in that position, but she snaked the arm out. So Salford still asking the questions. He's put down the left-hand side. Good hit. That's a superb defence on that right-hand side from Oulton. Now they'll move it back to the middle. Jones, Fillingham, out wide. Nice pass. They're in at the corner. That was such a well-worked try for Lauren Ellison. That was clinical from Salford.
It all kind of it just happened. It almost looked like it was going in slow motion, and Oulton didn't know what to do. But every pass was on the money, and they made it look so easy. Even though we all know that it's not. Everyone's got to run the right line, and the players have got to pick the right pass. But it just looked effortless. Yeah,
just look at this. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes. That's a great finish. Really was good work that. 20th try of the season as well as far as Ellison's concerned.
Yeah, and with play like that, I can probably see why. You know, it did take some finishing. She still had, you know, to use her pace to beat the defenders on the edge, and she did it. But that final pass, you know, from the centre probably drew in about 4 other players, because, you know, she is a running threat, so they had to stay honest on her, and she just delivered the pass excellently to a winger and put her in space.
Now, she landed one from a very similar position before. I'm not going to do the old commentator's curse, so we're just going to watch. Check out this style. I'm liking it. In she steps. She's not far off.
That was great effort.
Scoreline remains 10-0. You can tell she's a quality kicker.
Yeah, it just looks natural for her, doesn't it? You know, she just pushed it the wrong side of the post that time, but it was a great strike. She got the distance and just ever so slightly off to the wrong side of the post.
And we're just seeing the wide view of this finish as well, and there was 2 players that had been caught out of position, wasn't there, because of the passes and the width of the passes.
Yeah, and that's, you know, what them dummy runners and the great handling errors skill did. You know, it just held them defenders up, and they didn't know when to move.
10-0, almost 12 minutes of the game gone. Well, that's an interesting restart. Salford upon it in the end, driving just beyond their own 20-metre line before yielding to a 3-person tackle. Corcoran down this right hand side. Big yards picked up there. Another forceful carry. Tamu gets up. Now it's Yasmin, Pat and Sotomayor. All wrapped up by 3. Finds her progress completely stopped, to be honest, by Ellie Mae Wainhouse. She's done well in defence so far as Ellie Mae. Salford struggling for yardage in this set so far. Fillingham just feeding it back for Kinney. Kinney will make a few metres now though. Looks really strong. Over the halfway line she goes. Salford will work this play right. Kick comes in from Jones. High hanging kick. Lofted into the air. Well taken in the end by Oram. One of 9 players in the lineup that are under 18s and have come through the Oulton setup. It's fair credit to him, isn't it? Again, another club like we've talked about, Illingworth, producing a lot of players. They're likewise, aren't they, Oulton?
Yeah, definitely. You can just see from the team sheet, you know, they've got a lot of young players, you know, and this experience. However, the game goes in the next 60 minutes or however long we've got left, you know, it'll all help towards building them into.
Great play as well down this right hand side from Oulton Raidettes. Started off with Wainhouse again. They'll continue down that right hand side. Caitlin Casey puts a grubber kick in that bounces and bobbles behind and finds the touchline.
Yeah, that was a great kick actually. You know, they need to get down here in this field and play there, so you know they've got to start now. They can set the defence and hopefully try and keep Salford down here. That, you know, smart play.
That's a really good point, to be honest, Rachel, because yeah, we're almost 14 minutes in, and to be fair, this is really the first bit of sustained time we're actually looking to our left, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know that, you know, she's only young, but she's really managed the game in that sense there.
Ooh, that's a big tackle coming in. She's going to play it here is Casey Naylor. Corcoran out down this right hand side to the winger Ellison, cutting in, making good use of possession, making good meters. Let's try and pick up some more now through the middle. It's a second carry in quick succession from Naylor. Obviously sent on to put the middle up a bit, and she's doing that. Jones, nice hands. Oh, that was a great tackle which came in, forced the error. That was brilliant, that defence.
Yeah, it was just a great defensive read. You know, they've done that a few times there with Alex coming out the back, and the Oulton player just got there before she was able to pass it and shut it off.
They'll take the scrum in the centre of the field. again, I must apologise. I am struggling with some of these numbers on the Oulton side, so I'll try and keep up to date as best as I can. Here's Casey, drops it back for the runner. Up to the halfway line, got Oulton Raidettes. They'll work their way through the middle. This time through Wilkinson. McFarlane scheming, she pops it left. Nice yardage so far, but you get the feeling they're just playing into Salford's hands. There's not a lot of movement around this middle, is there? Now they'll put it wide. Famous last words. Nice stepping forward, and that's Danny Rose, the fullback, linking in, getting inside the 20. What do I know? Now they're moving the ball well across the field. There's Casey. Casey kicking forward. It's another great kick. Can they get on the end of it? Oh, I tell you what, they weren't far off, were they?
Yeah, I think if the grass was a couple more metres long there, that she'd have probably scored that. It's a great kick.
Tell you what, they've got to face up though. They're wanting to get a quick tap here, Salford. And unfortunate that she ran to the wrong spot. If she'd run directly to the right spot, they would have been further down the field, I get the feeling.
Yeah, definitely. She probably would have caught him on the back foot there, but just a little bit of unawareness, and she was running to the wrong place.
I'm sure that'll come with more experience, because Salford, again, they're a side that's in their first year of competition. So we saw in the last final, Sheffield in their first year of playing rugby league doing ever so well, winning a grand final. We've got Salford, who have also had a stellar season. I mentioned already about the point scoring that they've done, the fact that they've got players who've scored, they've got 2 or 3 players that have scored 20 plus tries. And it's coming too, isn't it? They're gaining that experience all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And all the games they play, whether they win or lose, they're all part of experience, and we're all still learning. Even us playing in the top league.
I do love getting the chance to commentate though on rugby league at any level, and you can see how much it's coming on, and the little link-ups like that across the middle. It's all very valuable, it's all good. As Brogan Evans is caught with that hit, and it was a textbook tackle over on that side from Emily Fitzpatrick. Comes back to the middle with Jones. She releases it to Fillingham. Spots a gap, half gets through it. Nice quick play of the ball too. Corcoran off left. Jones puts a cultured right boot on it. This is one for Rose, and she doesn't take it, and it bounces and it bobbles. Unfortunately for her, it's back out to the 20-metre line for the tap restart, but she's pulled out of a couple of these as Danny Rose, which is unusual because she's such an experienced player as well.
Yeah, I mean, playing at fullback, you've got to be confident under them high balls. I think your team and your coach would much prefer you try to catch them, especially on your own try line. Luckily, she got away with that one. Yeah,
in a way, she's playing into Salford's hands, isn't it? Because they're looking at her thinking, she's a little bit indecisive today. I'm going to keep putting that kick in that same sort of area.
Yeah, and that's what Salford will want to do, putting that bit of doubt in her mind. But yeah, you don't want to give the opposition any opportunity to show a bit of weakness, because they will. If they're smart enough, Salford, they'll keep kicking them at her all day.
Fair play to Oulton though, they've won a couple of penalties quickly on the bounce, which have carried them down the ground, and they're going to tap this ball 30 metres out from the line. That's when we eventually get a ball on the field. It's been dispatched into the main stand opposite our commentary position, and I've got to say, anybody going across that shale is taking the life in the hands. I was slip sliding when I got into the ground first of all this morning. Oulton on the attack, decent position, coming through the middle, winning another penalty, head high shot, good run from Abyss, that one. Quick tap taken, we'll go again, it's gritty teeth, there's lots of effort. Tackle to the right hand side of the post, now veering off down the right, they could get themselves in here. Valiant defence. Whoa, that was superb on Waynehouse. Comes to the middle, well taken, eventually caught. McFarlane off left to Casey, long ball, half intercepted, batted down as well by Salford. They'll get away with that one.
I think she did the right thing there. I mean, she catches that, you never know how far she's going, but they had the numbers, and it was a promising pass, and if it had gone out there, then they probably would have scored. So she had to kind of take the risk.
So Kiri Gittins to feed this scrum for Oulton Raidettes. They've got themselves some good field position that they've won in the last couple of minutes. Can they make the most of it? They're trailing by 10 points to nil. They've conceded the first 2 tries of the game. As Casey takes it right to the line. She's ducked her way through. Tell you what, she's not far off either. That was class, that.
Yeah, you can tell when she's got the ball in her hands. She's a very dangerous player.
Another determined charge from Wainhouse. Played and off down the right hand side it comes. McFarlane pushing her way forward. Moving into dummy half now is Gittins. Short ball for Fitzpatrick. All held up by a brilliant hit from Naylor. She did ever so well there. She's feeling the after effects of the tackle as well. Across left it comes with Casey. Casey kicks. Oh, what a kick. What a finish as well. That was superb. The two of them on the same wavelength. And Danny Rose gets in for the try. Well, we wondered about a response. We've got it. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that was a great try. You know, they had the numbers outside. It did Oulton, and they couldn't get the ball there. Salford was shooting off the line and cutting it off. So, you know, that was a great bit of vision there from Casey. She thought, well, I know I'll put the ball on my foot, and there was plenty of numbers there. I think any one of them could cut it, but it was a great catch, you know, from the fullback, and she scored the 4 points.
So she might be a little bit indecisive on some of the kicks that have come away on the opposite side of the field, but in attack she's been buzzing round, hasn't she?
Yeah, definitely, and you know that's what any good fullback does. They put themselves in the right position and anywhere on the field, and she spotted the space there and shouted for it, and it was a great execution. To score a great try.
So 10 points to 4 in favour of the Salford Red Devils. Kick to come from Caitlin Casey. "42 goals and 2 drop goals for her this season. 9 tries as well to boot. She's been involved in everything. Can she add the extras? Gives it chances. There's more than chances. There's an extra 2 points on the board. And it's 10 points to 6. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this game. We have this game on, don't we?
Absolutely, you know. I was a little bit worried for Oulton at first. You know, Salford scored 2 great tries early on in this first half, but you know, Oulton they've not gone away, and it's anyone's game now. You know, it's only 4 points. It's absolutely not over yet.
In a way, and I mean, I'm going to come to you now for what your thoughts are really about the first 20 odd minutes, what we've seen. You know, so I mean, Salford started at a great set of knots, didn't they?
Yeah, I think Salford came out all guns blazing and probably, you know, shocked Oulton a little bit. Oulton weren't quite as ready. It's probably taken them a little bit longer to get into the game, but Salford capitalised on them opportunities that they got. But I think now Oulton are really finding their feet and, you know, showing us what great rugby they can play. So it's game on.
It's almost like somebody shook them about 6 or 7 minutes ago and said, "Hey, you're in a grand final. You've got a chance here." Oh, interesting restart. They're going to shuffle back to their own line to take it in. There's Sophie Oram taking the hit.
It's a great chase there, though, from the Salford winger.
It was. Ellison's putting herself in the frame again for another tackle. Ball goes loose. Oh no, it's been turned over in decent field position for Salford. And they'll come down this right hand side. Kinney to play it. Fillingham gets rid of it quickly to Casey Naylor. Stop 5 metres out from the line. Got a good line up down the left hand side. That's where it's going through. Fillingham out to Jones. Jones puts the brakes on, then gets it going again. That looks forward. If the first one was forward, that looks forward. She's tackled into touch anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, probably a bit of justice there. Definitely did look rather forward, but great defence all the same from Oulton.
Yeah, such commitment. They've got themselves out there. But that looked identical to when they had the try disallowed in the first couple of minutes, didn't it?
I guess it's just Salford, you know, showing what threats they've got on both sides of their attack. It's quite promising, you know. They just need to probably fix up that last pass and get a little bit more clinical, and they'll probably do some more damage. I don't think that's the last we'll see of the wingers.
I think this is a really enjoyable game. 25 minutes of it gone. It's 10 points to 6. Oulton Raiders coming right back into it. And attacking out of dummy half, the ball is knocked down, so it's another set of 6 tackles coming up. Caitlin on it quickly, or Caitlin Casey I should say, getting myself mixed up with my words. Good run coming in, made some excellent yardage. Gone on the field now as Darcy Westwood. Physical challenge through the middle. Westwood looking round, she'll pop the ball right to Casey. Casey, lovely ball. They're on the fly down the right hand side. Great tackle coming in there on Lisa Taylor. Nice quick play of the ball. Still the danger hasn't gone away. They're in decent field position now, aren't they? 25 out. Can they make something of it? Passing the ball down this left hand side, but it's scrappy. It's gone to ground. It's been kicked on by Salford. Salford have kicked on again. Unfortunately, they've no more players in the frame. This should be a comfortable pick up by Rose, but she's fumbled it on the deck. Fortunately, it's gone backwards.
Yeah, fair play to the Salford players. Then she didn't give up. She'd gone from a wing and made 2 tackles and then tried to kick it forward. It was just unfortunate she got tangled in with amongst some Oulton players. So it is still Oulton's ball, but look where they're now having to attack from.
Inside the last 15 minutes of the half, according to the official stopwatch or clock, which is somewhere off to our left hand side and not in our line of view. We're just lucky we've got 2 cameras that are on it, and occasionally they move over to it. So great work from the guys that are here helping bring this production to you. So 10 points to 6. Oulton back in possession. Powerful run down that right hand side. I like what I've seen of Westwood so far. She's been looking both left and right of the ruck. She's only been on for a short time, but she's having some impact there as Kelly Aitken took that last carry. Now they'll try and come through the middle again with Oulton Raidettes over the 30-metre line in centre field. Westwood brings Casey onto it. Oh, Casey just was in 2 minds. The ball didn't go anywhere. She seemed to slip as she put the kick in, and it's turned it over in a decent field position. Helena Walker picking up for Salford.
Yeah, it was probably an uncommon error, but we've all got them in us, and she just mistimed the kick onto her foot. Then I think she kicked the ground more than the ball.
I noticed that Abby Collins is on the field. She wasn't actually named on the team sheet, but they must have missed her out somewhere along the line. Oh yes, she is. She's named on the team sheet there. I've just not written her down. Mistake was made by the Salford Red Devils anyway. And Oulton can breathe a sigh of relief. So scrum half Kira Gittins to feed it. 13 minutes out from the break. Weaving run down that right hand side from Lisa Taylor. Very harsh play of the ball. Cutting forward again. Tell you what, she's making loads of yards, is Alice Abyss, with every carry.
Yeah, just strong and direct carries, and that's what you need, to get your team going forward, especially when they've been on the back foot.
That's another strong carry as well to get Oulton over halfway. Westwood has Casey for company. This time she passes. This time she picks up the runner Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick carries a couple on her back. An extra 5 metres. Westwood down the left hand side. Gittins. Good ball out to Rose. Holds off the player. Goes full 360 with McFarlane. There's another penalty heading the way of Oulton here, by the way, because of the high shot. Rose taps it. She's off down the ground. Right down the middle as well. Sorry, Rachel, I was talking over the top of you there, wasn't I? You was going to say something. Westwood to the right hand side. We'll see how this eventuates. Big run coming in there. Off down the left. Westwood will move into dummy half. Eventually Gittins goes down to within sight of the try line. Casey holds off one, holds off another. Oh, if she'd been able to slip that pass, I wonder what would have happened. Still the knocking on the door. Down the right hand side they come. Nice hands onto Abyss. Goes to ground. Casey follows up. Good surge. She is going to be stopped though. It's the last tackle. Don't blame him for running that though, to be fair.
No, there's worse places to hand over the ball, but it was great defence from Salford. There was many occasions there where Oulton had the overlap and they just couldn't get the ball there. Salford was so quick off the line, they were shutting it down before the halfbacks were managing to get the pass away. So credit to Salford's defence, but still some promising rugby from Oulton.
Tell you what, each one of these carries is an important one for Salford. There's Kinney again. Look at her go. She kicked forward. I don't think Rose has played at that one. Tell you what, in fact it was Rahari, wasn't it, who kicked on this right hand side?
Yeah, I think she plays a lot of touch rugby and she's a great athlete, and I think that just came to show there. Could have gone either way. I'm not sure she played it. She kicked the ball straight at her, but the referee's given Salford the ball. So
yeah, I'm not sure on that call, but we'll give it benefits of the doubt, because undoubtedly those match officials are much closer to the action than we are. So Salford have to put in on their own 40-metre line. They've got another chance to get themselves away from danger. Jones slips the ball out to Ellison, who quickly gets rid of it. There's another couple of quick passes out there to Brogan Evans. I'm not sure how much she'll appreciate the attention that she's getting as a result of the quick passes. But it's a good game, this one, a real arm wrestle. 9 minutes of the first half remaining according to our watches. Walker plays it back. That's a determined run and equally determined tackling from 3 Oulton Raidettes. Hope you're enjoying the coverage back home. Dave Parkinson and Rachel Thompson calling this one. We are, of course, the Championship Grand Final from the women's competition here at Odsall Stadium. The second of 2 games that we're bringing you this afternoon, as Fillingham works it out and works it back to Vicky Kinney, who comes against the grain and makes some decent meterage as well. Up beyond the 40. Last tackle signal here. Off right to Jones. Jones is after this one on the kick. It's a good kick. Ellison's in the frame and has got the ball again. Eventually well tackled into touch, but it got a bit too close to Oulton's line for my liking.
It was a great kick, and Salford in floods were attacking it. It was a great attacking set, and they definitely won't complain with where they're turning the ball over there.
Yeah, to be fair, Rachel, it's everything that you'd want, that, isn't it? Because there was good communication down this right hand side. There was 5 players that went after that kick.
Yeah, and that in itself would have put doubt in the Oulton player's mind, and ultimately why Salford came up with the ball. But it was good scrambling defence from Oulton in the end to stop them actually scoring a try.
Again, plenty of grit and determination from the Yorkshire side, who'll bring the ball out with Taylor. Once upon a time with Wakefield Trinity, as the ball is popped up for Casey. There's definitely some strike with the likes of Taylor and the likes of Rose in this Oulton side, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. They've probably got that bit more experience that the rest of the Oulton girls don't have, with them being so young. So they balance that out. They've played the game for a long time.
Oulton over the halfway line. Ball played to Westwood, who pops it up for the ever willing Emily Fitzpatrick to run it in. Stop 45 metres out. Westwood will work it right. Casey will get a kick away. That's a cultured right boot. It's been played at by Salford. It'll bounce up for Oulton. Pass comes into Taylor, who spilled it. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it bounced just right back into the arms of the Oulton players, but she just couldn't keep hold of it.
Stoppage for an injury. I think Jones has gone down in the background there. So just checking and seeing whether she's going to be okay to continue. 10 points to 6. 6 minutes of the first half remaining. Tell you what, that's what we like about rugby league as well. We've got Oulton and Salford fans sitting together in the stand.
Yeah, I
wouldn't happen in all sports, that would it?
No, definitely not. I don't know who's going to be shouting the loudest.
It's on a knife edge, this one, isn't it?
It is, yeah. There's nearly a full half of the game gone, and I still wouldn't like to call it. I really think this game could go either way.
So lengthy stoppage, this one. Seven minutes remaining of the half. Oh, she's up on her feet again. That's a good sign.
Yeah, Demi's been a really influential player in this first bit for Salford, so they'll be glad that she can stay on the pitch.
I don't know whether there's a couple of a family there, but they have big smiles that she's up on her feet anyway. That's what we like to see in the crowd. Nice bit of involvement. Salford back on it, back in possession, bringing the ball right from the scrum. Nice handoffs coming in, and some excellent work as well. Down the right hand side, it's moved, it's scrappy, it eventually reaches Rahari, who pops it back in field for Yasmin Parton Sotomayor, but the pass has been reeled forward. Chance here for Oulton.
Yeah, just a lack of a little bit of composure there, Salford. I think that they had all that time of stoppage, but they didn't really have any direction to where they were going. A lack of communication, which has been unusual for them. They seem to know where they're going for most of this game.
So Oulton, another opportunity to attack. Casey taking it right into the defence. No fear. 40 metres out. Now trying to come through the middle. There's a Paige Travis lookalike gone out there. I'm loving the hurt. Fantastic. This is what you guys, you inspire people.
Yeah,
I think this is good. This, by the way,
definitely. No, probably we do more than we realise, and Paige's massive influence on and off the pitch, and that hairstyle is just one of the crazy things that she does.
Good run from Abby Briggs there. Casey on the outside, nicely worked. They've got a chance here with Taylor. Taylor spins, she's over, scores a try. It's all level here at Oulton. That had been coming for some time, if you were asking me. I mean, that was just a brilliant finish, to be fair.
Yeah, it was a great Oulton try. I think they've set up for that several times during the game, just not been able to get the ball there. But the first time they probably have, and it was clinical, and they've got the reward from it.
It was all Casey first of all, back with the impressive loose forward Fitzpatrick, who fired it out at just the right moment. And Taylor, I mean, it looked like she'd been caught, and then she hit the tackler and spun the opposite way to get in.
Yeah, Lisa's got all the experience in the world, and she's probably scored many tries in her career, and you get her that close to the line, you're probably not going to stop her. So yeah, great Oulton try.
10 points each. And Casey with this conversion attempt. One already for her day today. This is what I like about Women's Rugby League as well. Everyone's respectful. Ground falls silent for a kicking attempt. Unfortunately, it fell off the tee. But if I was at a National Conference League game, or I was at a Championship game, there'd be boos and jeers towards the kicker at this stage, wouldn't there?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think there's as much of that in women's rugby, but
just falls short. 10 points each. Let's just have a look at this again. If this is the wide angle, you can see the width of the play. Everybody running in the right directions, just holding up defenders, and they've got to the edge and worked it to perfection.
Yeah, everyone's done their job, and they've found the right passes, and it resulted in a great team try.
So Jones still out there, has shrugged off the effects of that injury she suffered a little earlier. and she'll get us restarted. Clock ticking down on this first half. You couldn't have asked for a better time for Oulton to score. I know there's never a bad time to score in a game, but you couldn't have asked for a better time right near half time.
No, definitely. That'll just, give them a boost going in at half time and probably spark them up to come out in the second half.
So they'll come forward again here. What a run that is. That's a top run from Harriman. Played for Leeds earlier on in the days. Then Rose veering towards the middle. 25, 26 metres away from her own line. Another big run coming in down this left-hand side. Clearing the lines effortlessly at the moment as well, aren't they, Oulton?
Yeah, just, they seem to be winning the ruck and catching Salford on the back foot a little bit.
Now moving the ball right through Casey. She releases it at the right moment for Abyss, who makes some more metres after contact. Through the middle towards the 40-metre line she goes. Off right with Casey. Casey gets boot on ball. It's a decent kick, is it? No, it's gone out on the full. Initially it left the boot and I was thinking that looks half decent, that.
Yeah, she just, she put a little bit too much on that. It was the right idea. You could see what she was trying to do. Just didn't quite come off for her in that instance.
So turnover possession for Salford. Corcoran into the middle. That's a big charge from Tamu. She'll stand and play this ball. Corcoran again off to the right hand side. Big charge from Yasmin Parton Sotomayor. She'll play just the wrong side of the halfway line as far as she's concerned for Salford. Fillingham. Short pass to the right here using Kinney. The defence alert to it. They haven't always been so with these two on this right hand side who have been very good, but the tackle count has been wiped down. Sotomayor takes another carry through the middle. Nice line up to the left hand side. That's a scrappy play the ball, however, a tired play the ball at this stage of the first half.
Yeah, I think Oulton were probably a bit disappointed they gave away a 6 again then, because it was a great defensive effort. But you can just tell there's some tired bodies out there now for Salford, and for them it'll just be about seeing it out until half time and trying not to concede any more points.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you at home. Live Rugby League on a Sunday via Our League. We're at the Championship Grand Final here at Odsall Stadium. Oulton, putting the ball down. It's a rare mistake from Fitzpatrick. She's been very good in this half.
Yeah, I think it's we're a couple of minutes from half time, and these players have given their all for 40 minutes, so that little bit more fatigued and a little lack of concentration, that's when these silly errors come into play.
Scrum fed here. Salford release it to the back line. Kick comes in from Fillingham. The hooter's gone. This will be the last play of the half. Tell you what, they're really putting some pace on the back of this one. It's bounced up. They're going to score at the hooter. Alex Simpson. Well, she chased that down. Showed loads of pace to get on the end of it. She never ever gave that one up.
Yeah, that was a great try. I've played with Alex a few years ago, and I know she's got pace to burn, and obviously Salford know that too, and they've used it there to a great advantage for them. It was a great kick and an even better chase.
I mean, the hooter sounds just at this point where she puts boot on ball, to be fair, and then look at this, it bounces, it bobbles, and she's winning that race. Judges the bounce to perfection.
Yeah, I was going to say she's running, but the whole time she's looking where that ball's bouncing, and you've got to grab it at the right time, and it's easier said than done. When a rugby ball bounces, you're never fully sure where it's going to go, but she timed that perfectly. The kick, the run from the initial kick, and then to pick it up and score it even better.
Gotta say, like in this right corner, all the tries have been scored virtually within a radius of about 3 foot of where this one has been.
They have maybe that's the side the kicker prefers to kick from.
Well, we'll find out. She was brilliant with her first effort. The second one always just across the front of the post. What's the third one going to do? Tell you what, she's just a little wide with that one too. So we go in at half time, 14 points to 10. I said about the Oulton score, it was an important time to score before half time. You can't get much clearer cut before the break than a try right on the buzzer, can you?
No, and I think that'll really lift Salford now going in, and probably well deserved. I think for the first, definitely at least 20 minutes of the half, they were in control of this game. So probably maybe the scoreline does reflect how the first half's gone, but still definitely not won yet. 14
points to 10 at the break. Let's have a look at the best of the action. So this is right back in the 5th minute. And you can see this came off an error from the scrum, didn't it? And then Corcoran popping the ball out, and really well finished from Sadi Rahari.
Yeah, and it just looked a bit too easy that you thought that Salford were going to score them all day.
That's the error, that's where it came from. Quickly on it, and I just loved how quickly they dropped into shape from this. The Oulton was still recovering, it's early in the game for them, they're still trying to fathom out what's going on and where to stand.
Yeah, and that was just a sign of Salford coming out all guns blazing in the first half. They took every opportunity they were given, just like that.
And then this was like 5 passes. I know you mentioned that it wasn't the quickest passing in the world, but each one was on point, wasn't it? And I dragged defenders elsewhere.
Yeah, and it doesn't need to be at speed. It just needs to be everyone running the right lines and picking the right passes, and that's exactly what they did.
That was Ellison's 20th try of the season. I think this was we're seeing the closer in shot here. It's basically 5 passes very quickly across the field. Simpson involved, and then out to Ellison there. Try number 20. Well celebrated too. So 10 points to 0 at this stage. And then the kick came in from Casey. They got themselves a bit of field position, didn't they, Oulton? And that's what they could do. I know Danny Rose had a couple of moments in her own half trying to field kicks, but put her on the other end of one like this. And this is just perfect accuracy from Casey, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is just, she got herself in the right position and kind of made her job a little bit easier for herself. But great vision and great execution there from the halfback. So
10 points to 6. And then we mentioned how good Salford's execution was. This for me was very much like for like, wasn't it? Everybody's running in this. He's dragging a defender out. The wing's just bit in, and that's created the space. And Lisa Taylor doesn't need to get invited to the try line like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think Lisa Taylor's just finished it off. With all the experience that she has, but it's two younger players and that have really created this and held up the defenders, and all credit to them. They've done their jobs. The time of that pass there was perfect and almost put the ball over the line for her.
Excellent from Fitzpatrick. Great finish from Taylor. Well celebrated try. And then this. The hooter sounds right at this stage where Fillingham's got it. She thinks, I'm going to kick long. I've got runners in support. And it was just will and want, wasn't it? And Simpson putting the hammer down. Bounces up perfectly. Try number 15 of the season for Simpson.
Yeah, and that's just playing with confidence. You know it's the last play of the half, and you're in a final, and that try couldn't it be the difference between Salford winning and losing this game, and it's risks like that you've got to take, so that ball doesn't bounce up for her. They really haven't lost anything. They know it's a last roll of the dice type play for the half, and luckily it comes up and it timed it well, but that's just Salford, I think, playing with a bit of confidence that hopefully that they can take into the next half.
So half time here at Odsall Stadium. It's Salford Red Devils 14, Oulton Raidettes 10. Join us in just a few minutes time for all the action of the second half.
This is our moment.
When we dare to push further.
Men's, women's and wheelchair.
Together for the first time ever.
Coming to your town, your street, your heart.
This is real impact.
The Rugby League World Cup. England v Samoa. St James's Park, Saturday the 15th of October. Be there.
No idea.
2015.
2015. Oh, I should have known that, shouldn't I? Ottawa.
Correct.
Maple Leaf.
Yep, that's it.
Toronto. Summit. Toronto Tigers. Canada Ravens. No, that one. Leeds. That would have been Australia.
Yep.
Niagara Falls.
Yep.
I'm doing all right here. Which board game? I don't know. Cluedo?
Trivial Pursuit.
Ice hockey.
Yeah, that's right. Doing quite well there.
Oh no, Emma Lumley. Georgia Wilson. Amy Hardcastle. Fran Goldthorpe. Emily or Jodie. Georgia Wilson. Georgia Wilson. Georgia Wilson. Georgia Wilson. No, I'm joking, I'm kidding. I don't. None of them I'd share with anybody. Fran. Definitely Amy weightlifting. Jodie Cunningham.
Right, it's one of two things here. It's either Espanol, but that might be Spanish. Is it España?
Correct.
Is that right?
That's it.
All right, brilliant. It's got to be the Euro on it.
Correct.
EU country and all that. France? Wales?
Australia.
Did they? God, over there as well. L.
So welcome back to Oulton Stadium for the second half of what is an enthralling championship encounter between Salford Red Devils and the Oulton Raidettes. Don't adjust your sets. The next 40 minutes are going to be epic if it's anything like the first half. 14-10 in favour of the Salford Red Devils, who scored right on the stroke of half-time to take the lead. I wonder what words have been shared in the dressing rooms at half-time. I'm joined, as in the first half, by Rachel Thompson. Rachel, what do you think will have been said? You know I'll always ask you that question.
Yeah, I think both teams are just a lot more of what they're doing. I don't think there's much that they need to change. When they're doing it and what they're doing and they're doing it well, it's working for them, and that's why I think it's such a close game and it's a great game to watch. So I think the message has just been just keep doing what you're doing, and maybe for Salford just make sure he's staying switched on for the full 80 minutes.
It's been very entertaining, and so far so good for Oulton Raidettes coming out of their own half. Got through 4 tackles so far. Some stern defence from Salford as well. It's been a mark of their season, to be honest, how well they've defended as a unit.
Yeah, some great defensive displays on show for both. I think, you know, the Oulton coach would have probably wanted them to come out firing a bit quicker than they did in the first half. You know, they let Salford score two quick tries, but I'm not sure that's what he would have had in mind there. They probably would have wanted to complete that set and get a good kick away.
Again, I'm going to praise the Salford defence though. They were really pushing forward, weren't they, and putting pressure, so any pass that was going to be made, there was players moving up to make the tackle.
Yeah, they've come out firing in the second half like they did in the first half. It worked for them, it got them on the front foot, so, you know, hopefully for them they can capitalise on it.
Jones moved this ball out to Rahari, who bounces out of a couple of challenges. Trouble is, she's worked her way back into danger and doesn't make any yardage in particular, but it was brave from her. Corcoran picks up out of dummy half, sends it left. Big run coming in from Tamu. I'm sure a Dad Cliff somewhere in the crowd. He's always a very keen follower of all rugby league, and he's been a great person right around the community game for many years, as Cliff, a referee for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be able to hear him if you can't see him. Yeah, a great guy that I've come across many times in my rugby league playing career. So yeah, you know, he's a tough competitor, just like Serena is, and you can tell where she gets it from.
So Oulton have a scrum in their favour. Casey to feed it, taken at the base by Westwood, who pops it out for the running of Gittins. Straight into a 3-player challenge. In the end, it's Rahari who's doing the slowing of it down, and the set has been restarted. Oram takes a quick carry out of dummy half. There's a lot of hands in by Rahari. She's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, I think she's very enthusiastic at the minute, as it looks like all the Salford players are, and why would you not be? You know, you're playing in a grand final.
Oh no! Error comes in there. It's a rare one for Harriman.
And that probably just comes from, you know, the speed of Salford. They've probably put that pressure on her.
Someone said the rugby gods are shining on Oulton though, because straight away Salford turn it over. And sometimes it's like this though, isn't it? You've had the words of your coach at half time, you're thinking, right, I know exactly what I'm going to do. And sometimes the plan just goes out of the window, doesn't it, initially?
Yeah, and you know, you're just so keen to want to do it. But you know, they both teams just need to settle back into the game and realise that they don't need to score in every set. They just need to complete, but just getting a little bit too excited at the minute.
I'm sure it'll settle down. There's Taylor cutting through and beating a couple of players. Jones has got injured again.
Yeah, and that's the kind of strike player that Lisa Taylor is. She left 2 of them on the floor there, even in mid a little half break, and before they brought her to the ground. And that's the kind of the direct leadership that you want, and the experience there. She knew that she needed to put her head down and run, and hopefully her teammates will do the same on the back of this, and Oulton can get out of their own half.
So Casey Naylor preparing to get on the field again for Salford. It looks like the injured player is going to have to come off. That'll be a blow, because Jones has been really good, hasn't she?
Yeah, very good, and you know, very instrumental at getting Salford around the pitch, and a kicking game's been great as well. To be a real loss if she does go off. Will be interesting to see how Salford cope without her.
Seeing family in the crowd. Nice to see a couple of Super League and ex-Super League players watching this. She's going to come to the sideline for the moment is Jones. Looks a little despondent. She said, it would have been alright, give us another 5 minutes, would have been fine.
Yeah, no one wants to come off the pitch, definitely not in a grand final.
I will say, from that quick look that we saw of the touchlines, I'm loving those those coats that the substitutes have got from a Salford point of view.
Yeah, they look nice and warm.
They do look nice and warm. That's what I was thinking mainly, to be fair, as Oulton come forward over the halfway line. Can they enjoy a set of possession? Certainly drops into some shape down this right hand side. Casey lays it off to Taylor. That's a great play. They look like they're going to get some joy down this right hand side, don't they?
Yeah.
Casey goes again, kicks it forward. It'll find the touch line, but a good set that.
Yeah, they've done that a few times. Casey finding Taylor on this edge here, and it's been effective and really good for them. And that was just great game management. They've not got out of their own half for the past 5 minutes of this half, and look where they're turning it over now.
Now can they force an error? They've got to try and bring Kinney down first of all, which they do eventually. 12 metres from her own line. She'll play it to Corcoran, who then finds the on-rushing player in Casey Naylor, who's took some hammering, to be fair, with some of the carries.
Yeah, some good strong carries there from Casey.
Oh, that looked a bit flat, that one. Out to Wicks, it's been real forward. Yeah, for me she was just a little bit in front of the dummy half, wasn't she?
Yeah, there's just a bit of an over-eagerness to play and want to take the ball in. Just got to time you run a little bit better, but can't fault the forwards wanting, they're putting their hand up, they want to do the work. They've just got to time the run off the 9 a little bit better.
So 6 minutes into the second half, I feel now it's starting to bubble as Casey gets it from the base of the scrum, puts it out to Rose. Rose tackled, 10 metres in from touch, about 15 metres out from the line. They'll bring it back to the middle with Alice Abyss, one of those players that have come through the Oulton Raidettes system. They're within sight of the try line again, but that's good defence from Corcoran.
Yeah,
all over Leah McFarlane.
They've got numbers out wide, but Salford just seem to be shutting it down before they're able to get the ball there.
And again, they're caught in the middle of the field. You're right, there's only 3 defenders outside the post. Can they get it out into the area that they need to? Well, it's gone to ground, but they have worked it out. Referee says it goes backwards. Chances here for Oulton. Strong tackle coming in there on Rose, so we'll play it back to Gittins. Gittins pops it up for Casey. Casey feels the full effects of that hit coming in on her.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been the story for Oulton. It was in the first half, certainly. They've got the numbers, they're setting up great shape, they're just not getting the ball out fast enough. Full credit to Salford's defence, they're getting off the line and they're really shutting them down.
In a lot of ways, I remember us going back 12 months and having a similar sort of commentary on a game between Lee Miners, Rangers and Barrow, which was a very, very similar sort of game, wasn't it? Very nip and tuck, not a lot of space around.
Yeah, and I think that'll come. The skill in the league. It's the passes aren't as clinical, they're not as fast. So you might be able to see the space, but it's about getting the ball there, and that's just and it's grown so much in the women's game. You see now the Super League how far they can fling a pass and the preciseness of it.
You're talking about preciseness. Salford working out to the right hand side. Ellison taking a point pass there, being put down by 3. Infield, it's moved again. Kinney. Seems they've worked her out now. If the first player can get there and hold her up, they can put numbers in there to slow it down. Corcoran, nice work out of dummy half. Gotta say, all the hookers that we've seen this afternoon have been lively for all 4 sides, haven't they?
Yeah, your hookers are a real pivotal position. They direct you around the park.
Nice kick comes in, taken well by Oren, who had to be brave.
It's a great tackle.
Smasher, I think you call it. Here comes Rose, really taking the battle to Salford. Oulton Raidettes down by 4 points in this one. 9 minutes of the second half gone. Really enjoying bringing this one to you at home. I'm Dave Parkinson alongside Rachel Thompson. Wigan's Rachel Thompson will hopefully see plenty of her in Super League, Women's Super League next season. I'm hoping so, Rachel. I'm hoping so.
Me too.
Casey on this right hand side throws a dummy into the hole, and it's brilliant gap running from Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick putting the hammer down, breaking into the 20. What a run!
Great
Fantastic
run. Great
play.
ball.
Last tackle. Oh, they're going to get caught on the last again. Oh, she just needed to pick that up and pass it in field. But it's easier said than done, isn't it, when you've got an eager defence?
It is, and again, it probably just comes down to lack of experience. You know, if a lot of these girls are quite young, and if they'd had a bit more experience on their side, then they'd have known to just ship that ball straight out, because Salford really weren't ready to defend that at all.
But defend it somehow they've managed to, and it's 14-10 still. That was a brilliant play though between Casey and Fitzpatrick, just showing the danger that Oulton Raidettes have. But we also know that Salford can strike from deep, as we've seen at various stages. Yeah,
and that's what's exciting about this game. You know, there's strike players on both teams, and you don't know where the next little half break or full length try is going to come from. 10
minutes of the second half gone. Salford caught in possession. That's an excellent tackle as well. Waynehouse doing the job, shutting the play down. It's off on the right hand side. This is now Rahari, slips the ball out to Simpson. Simpson tries to get going, but that's a great tackle from Gittins.
Yeah, great defence.
Now into the middle it comes. Rahari spots more space. Links it with Simpson. Simpson into the backfield, kicking forward. They're there to collect it though. Nice pick up from Oulton. Aware to the danger and collecting the ball as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was the right decision. She had a 2-on-1 there with the winger. If she'd have just joined her in, I'm sure that the winger would have gone in and scored, but as it is, it's a let off for Oulton, I think, in that instance.
Yeah, Oulton not complaining, bringing the ball right through Taylor now. Taylor to play this back to the starting hooker McFarlane, who's back out there, breaking midfield. Here comes Abyss. She's been good this afternoon.
Yeah, there's just some tired bodies around the middle of that Salford pitch now, and Oulton are just exposing that.
Big carry into the middle. I'm not too sure about the tackling style. I think there was a ponytail grab there.
There's nothing worse.
Git comes in on the last from Gittins. Bounces in favour of Salford. Oh, nice feet. Great work from Rahari. She's linked it back with Kinney. The tackling in the end.
She made that effortless as she was just running through the defence then.
Did, it was like hot knife through butter, wasn't it? Brogan Evans tackled inside her own 30. Nice ball. On for Casey Naylor, who's lost a shirt.
And that's just desperate defence to try
and
get
desperate
it down.
defence. Supposed to play the ball down anyway. Off down the right hand side. Now Kinney, well held. Still 14 points to 10. 52 minutes of the game gone. Up towards that 40-metre line, Salford. Now left. Fellingham gets a kick away. Well taken. Oulton have the ball.
Yeah, that was well fielded by Oulton. She got herself in the right position and it was a great catch.
Now it's off along the middle. Put down by Oulton. Oh, the defence has put the Oulton player down 40 metres from her own line. Now they'll run it from deep. Good tackle there on Waynehouse. It's coming in waves though, this Oulton attack, isn't it? Abyss put down in the halfway line. Oh, nice pick up by Casey. Oh, she's weaved away into the opening at the back. Takes on the fullback Simpson. She's gone as far as the 20.
Yeah, it was a great show and goal. Just needed someone pushing on her shoulder then.
And they're pushing down this right hand side. Taylor's into the gap. Taylor all the way to the line. That is class from Oulton. Really well worked. And what a score, 14-all.
Yeah, great experience there from Lisa Taylor. She saw the gap and she just said, give me the ball, I'm going, and straight to the try line she went.
Wow, that was excellent. Look how much it means as well to Taylor. Plays to the crowd, plays to her teammates. But I mean, it was an excellent run from Casey in the first instance, wasn't it, to set up the position. And then just sheer weight of numbers down the right hand side. Good spot, good link up play.
Yeah, and that's probably just all that Oulton have been missing a few times in this game, is just play what's in front of you and see a gap, go for it. But they went in numbers, they pushed through, and that's why ultimately they got the try. Great run from Casey in the first instance, and if she had someone pushing on the shoulder with her, they'd have scored the tackle before. But they kept the composure, caught Salford on the back foot, and scored a great try.
So 25 minutes of the game remaining. This one right back in the melting pot. Casey from out wide. Again, the ground falls silent. In she steps. Oh, she's given it chances. Just doesn't quite come round enough, but I tell you what, if it's a decent old thump, that one. 14 all it remains.
Yeah, great effort. Just unfortunately the wrong side of the post, but
Let's just look at this again from Casey. She rolls the ball across her chest into the backfield. Ends up being a good tackle to bring her down, but they're retreating now, aren't they? And in full.
Yeah, it was a great run, but she just gets up and plays it. And catches Salford on the back foot, like you say, and they're just not ready to defend that next play.
Taylor's second try of the game. 14 points each. And that's a good sign for Salford. Demi Lee Jones is back out there. She just needed that bit of a respite, didn't she, after picking up the injury?
Yeah, and I think just, her presence back on the pitch will probably spark up this Salford team now and really get them back firing the way they were in the first 5 minutes of this game.
Short restart. Ooh, nothing worse than one of them short restarts and it bobbling up in front of you, because you want to attack it, but you're thinking, I just want to grab hold of it with you.
Yeah, she did well to claim that there.
So Oulton Raidettes over their own 40-metre line. Now coming through the middle. Sabby Briggs over halfway, good run, she's up on her feet quick as well, referee says play it. And McFarlane picks up Casey, who offloads back to McFarlane, who challenges the middle again. That's a big hit coming away.
Yeah, I think she had her time over, she wouldn't run straight there.
I don't think I'd want to run it, to be fair. Casey into the backfield, that's class! Has she got enough pace for the line? She has! That's magnificent from Casey. 2 tries in 3 minutes from Oulton Raidettes. They're in front, 18 points to 14. Get it to come.
That's just a great bit of individual rugby from Casey there. She spots the gap and just puts her head down and goes for it. And you can't teach that stuff. It's natural to her, and you can tell she's just got the natural ability that every good rugby player has got, and fair play to her. She's got a team in front for the first time this afternoon and could be a real game changer.
I mean, that's wonderful. She's just spotted that they're off guard and then straight into the backfield. That's how I'm having that 4 points. 10th try of the season.
Yeah, and she's delivered so many good passes this afternoon that they will fall for that dummy, because she's got the likes of Lisa Taylor hitting them lines off her that they can't just take the ball and jump out at her. So it's credit to all the little things she's done, and the build up to that is they had to stay honest on her, and she's just put her head down and gone for it.
No, she's not actually selected herself for kicking duties for this one. She sent Lisa Taylor up to do it. Probably because she's still got to come down from scoring a try like that, because that's a really euphoric moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and she's ran a fair way there. She's probably tired, and Lisa's a great kicker of the ball, so I'm sure she knows that she's leaving it in good hands.
Let's see if Taylor can make it from out wide. They've all been from this similar position, haven't they? Oh, that's a great strike. He's got enough on it. It's another 2 points. They're up by 6 in the grand final. Oulton Raidettes. It's 20 points to 14.
Yeah, like I say, I've seen Lisa kick them many a times, and that's probably what they needed. Just get 6 points in front now. It means a converted try for Salford to get back in this game, and it's all a bit getting in the other team's head, and this could really be a real turning point here in this game now for Oulton, but we'll see how Salford respond.
I remember it was 14 points to 10 at half time. The try right on the hooter, putting Salford in front. We've seen a complete turnaround in the last 5 minutes. It's been all Oulton Raidettes who have come up with 2 really clinical plays, which have seen them hit the front by 20 points to 14.
Yeah, I think they just seem to have started the halves quite slowly, but when they've played, we can see, you know, what great rugby they can play.
And that's a good catch by McFarlane. She's all going to be wrapped up by 2 players, however. 35 out from her own line. Casey moves into dummy half. This time she'll just pop it to her left. Solid hit up. They've just got to complete the sets now, haven't they? They're in control of the game. Harriman it was who with the run. Now it's Fitzpatrick. She's done some excellent work in this game, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, she has. You know, she's really stepped up and carried this Oulton team forward.
Some real star quality out there for both teams. It's a big carry through the middle from Wilkinson. Now it's off left with Casey, looking to inspire her team again. Gets Ellie Johnson away momentarily. Johnson to the 20-metre line, plays it back to McFarlane. Oh, that was a really good pickup actually. An awkward take.
That was, I thought for all money she dropped that then, but no, it was a great. She did really well to keep hold of it. Probably not the end to the set that Oulton wanted, but you know they are playing now, and Salford have got to really bring it out of their own half. So see how they stand up in defence.
Oh, that's another good hit coming in there from Megan Conliffe. Corcoran moves the ball to Darcy Price. She only knows one way forward too. Tackle near the halfway line. Corcoran scheming, looking up, seeing where players are. Pops it to her left hand side to Parton Sotomayor. That's the most tired looking run that she's put in so far, that. Last tackle. Ball back with Jones, who certainly gets plenty on it. And it bounces in behind Oram. Finds the touchline.
Great kick. You know, it really asked a lot of questions there of the Oulton back 3, but luckily for Oulton, you know, the bounce beat everyone and it found the touchline.
So 20 points to 14 in favour of Oulton Raidettes into the last 20 minutes. Where do you think this one's going? Well, a penalty will go the way of Oulton first of all for a high shot. Again, I think somebody reached out and pulled some hair. It's a big no-no, that.
Yeah, no, but if it's dangling down, sometimes you just catch it. There's nothing you can do about it.
Sometimes I understand it's that you're not strictly going for it, are you? You know,
no, but it's hard to avoid sometimes. But no, it's not good, and it definitely hurts.
I can't imagine anything worse, to be honest, than having your hair pulled in a tackle.
Yeah, dislocating your kneecaps a bit less.
Okay, fair enough. I've over-dramatised that, haven't I? Sorry, sorry, Rachel. Oulton bringing it forward. Down the left-hand side they come. It's more physical running from Harriman. 25 metres away from the line. Oulton, good line up down this right-hand side. Moving the ball between the half-backs. Casey out to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick back to Taylor. Taylor stepping. Oh, handing the ball in field to Rose. It's back-to-back tries. And over they go in the 63rd minute to make it 24 points to 14. Kick to come. Danny Rose with her second try as well.
I think, you know, for the past 5 minutes or so, the momentum's just been all with Oulton. You know, everything that they've tried to do, it's come off, and you can tell now they're playing with much more confidence, and the passes start sticking when you're confident in what you're doing. And this was just some great rugby and just playing what's in front of you.
That's just a fantastic rugby league try, that, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, I'd probably back Lisa to score that, but she knows that this is a final and you can't risk, you know, being greedy, and she just selflessly hands the ball on there and makes it look easy, and another 4 points for Oulton.
Taylor will continue with her kicking duties. I will say before a ball was kicked in this final, she'd scored 8 tries and 15 goals this season, Lisa Taylor. Listen to the noise from the Oulton Raidettes fans.
Yeah, noisy. Well, you know, they're the kind of things that really get you going when you're on the pitch. That noise, it really spurs you on, and you know they've really found the voice now, and that's probably, you know, why Oulton are also playing with so much confidence. They know that the fans are right behind them.
Another 2 points hoisted to make it 26 points to 14, but we'll just have a look at the wide shot here. Some real on-point passing out wide to Fitzpatrick, who's just got round her opposite number. Little flick pass back in field, and then Taylor. Unselfish play there for Rose. Quality rugby league try. 26 points to 14 now in favour of Oulton Raidettes. Wow, complete turnaround.
Yeah, and I still think, you know, Salford are not done yet. I still think they've got quite a bit more to say about how this game finishes. But at the minute, the momentum's just with Oulton, and it's going to take a real big effort from Salford to shut them down.
So Jones gets us back underway with a deep restart. It bobbles up quite nicely for Oulton Raidettes, who run it back in through Harriman. Oram stepped in off a wing to make some valuable metres out of dummy half and take some pressure off the forwards. She makes it just beyond the 40-metre line. Into the middle it comes. Powerful tackle coming in there from Serena Tamu. Nice quick play of the ball, however. They think they spotted something out on the left-hand side. It's a good run. Really good run from Briggs. Still going. Eventually stopped inside the 30-metre line again. We will have a stoppage though, because there's an injury in the middle of the field. Is it Tamu or is it Yasmin Parton Sotomayor who's receiving attention?
I'm not too sure, to be honest, but I just saw her take a knee in backfield, so I'm not sure what she's done.
She's okay to continue, but I think they've brought her off anyway, because to be fair, and I've got to give her immense credit here, Casey Naylor, every time there's been an injury, she's been right on. She's like, let me on, I'll go on, I'll do 5 minutes, I'll do whatever I can.
Yeah, that's just the spirit of the game. And
oh, it's popped up here for Jones. She just needs to drop on it. The ball's gone loose again. Oh, 2 knock-ons there. Referee ruling it's going to be in favour of Oulton.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Salford and for Demi, but you know, the trying, and you know, they won't stop until this game's over, and you can see that the different bounce of the ball, and that's Salford's ball in good attacking position.
She's played a little bit of advantage there as our referee Danny Tyndall. Again, just like Lewis O'Brien in the first game, controlled this one particularly well. 26 points to 14. Clock ticking down. That's another massive carry from Abby Briggs. Ball to be played on the 40-metre line. Harriman with a forceful run up towards that 20-metre line. They've gone really direct again, haven't they, Oulton, and it's working well for them.
Yeah, and they've noticed it's working well for them, and they're sticking to it. And
Wilkinson with the charge forward, and she's knocked on the deck.
Yeah, unfortunate there from Oulton, probably to a relief of Salford. They were getting a bit of a roll on, but Oulton won't be too disappointed. You know, they're still all the way down in good ball, and if they keep Salford here, it'll be a long way back up the pitch for them.
No, I've always said, you know, there's decent places to make mistakes and there's poor places to make mistakes, isn't there? And that's actually a really good place to turn the ball over anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You know, it's no one ever likes making mistakes, but if you're going to do them, it's definitely better to do them down there than in your own 10 metres.
Sticking up for you players, you know. So, referee just having a chat because despite the best intentions, Casey Naylor hasn't managed to get in the scrum. The Salford eventually will feed this effort. Taken at the base. Out to Jones, who releases it. Oh, and I tell you what, a pass on the money there, and Gray's down the ground, but as it is, it's turnover possession, and it's landed right in the arms of Taylor.
Yeah, I think that's desperate play that from Salford, but like you said, the space was there, just the execution didn't quite come off.
Of course, we all know that 12 points in rugby league is nothing, but they'll be looking up at the scoreboard and looking up at the clock, won't they? And that's what comes into pressure, doesn't it? That's what puts pressure on.
It does, and you know, it makes you panic, and especially in these finals.
Oh, she's throwing an intercept ball. Can they tackle it? Rihari was trying to get away.
It's a great read, because like I said before, when she tried to do that in the first half, Oulton had the numbers out there. She didn't really have any other choice, but it was a great catch.
That's so unfortunate that she's ended up on the wrong side of the tackle. We see the Oulton coaching staff just getting messages out there. He'll be a happy man at the moment. I was over at the North West Men's League Finals Day yesterday, and I spoke to Oral St James coach Sean McHugh after the match, and it was a really close game. It finished 10-6 in favour of Oral St James, and I said to him, I said that was a really enjoyable game from a spectator, and he said, I hated it. So I know where he's, you know, a coach will come at this and he'll be like nervous and pulling his hair out and thinking, can we just get the job done?
Yeah, I think that's the nature of rugby league. If your alliance is with one team, and especially if you're not on the pitch, you're tense for the whole 80 minutes. But it's afterwards. I'm sure he will have enjoyed the win. But at the time, it's not fun.
So Salford in possession, 20 metres out from their own line, bringing it through the middle. A good run that from Tamu.
Yeah, great run, just probably what her team need now at this point as well.
Nice burst into the backfield to halfway. Continue to try and make something on the right hand side through Fellingham. Nice ball out. Harry is certainly the danger player, isn't she?
Yeah, she just seems to be able to make something out of nothing.
Last tackle for Salford. Kick comes in from Fellingham. It's a good kick as well, I like that. Bobbles up well low for Kia Holmes. Tries to burst away from the defence though, does Holmes. Did well in the end. They'll work it right. Taylor. She just glides. Has this ability to glide through tackles, doesn't she, Taylor?
Yeah, she's just so strong, as are a lot of the girls out there. They make it look effortless, but I can assure you it's not.
And there's a knock there, unfortunately, for Steph Gray. She stayed down after putting the tackle in. Hopefully she's going to be okay to continue.
Yeah, I think she just got her head in the wrong place.
There's Abyss, one of the forwards for Oulton Raidettes, who's been outstanding this afternoon. Quite a number of half breaks from her in the second row. Into the last 10 minutes. Oh, that's a big tackle from Casey Naylor.
Yeah, the Salford team are definitely not going down without a fight.
They're definitely not done yet. Still turning up for every challenge. Lauren Ellison cutting in from a wing position. In fact, I think she's playing centre now, is Ellison. Casey has it. Kicks it up in the air. Bounces invitingly behind Jones. Taylor's after this one. It's going to be touchdown anyway from Oulton Raidettes. There was all kinds of obstructions going in there, but Kia Holmes is the player that drops on it to touchdown and move this score to 30 points to 14. Looks like our match official's about to bring up a yellow card as well.
Yeah, I think that's probably, maybe sealed the game here for Oulton. They were just flooding forward, and, if Taylor got taken out off the ball, there was just another Oulton player there just to do the job anyway, so...
Yeah, you could see there was half an obstruction there. I thought for a moment we were going to see a yellow card shown, but no, referees just decided that the 4 points was enough punishment for Salford.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional, to be fair. I think they were both going for the ball, and they both missed it. It happened, it's finals rugby, but like you say, Salford have been punished anyway, and probably in a worse position now than they were, whether they had someone sent off or not. So maybe a well-deserved try from Oulton, just for the effort to keep flooding forward and really not giving up.
So it gives another conversion attempt for Taylor out on this right hand side. Tell you what, this speaker at Oddsall's never had as much coverage. Another very deliberate kicking style. Starts her run up, strikes it well. It works for her. The flags are raised again. 32 points to 14. Kia Holmes with perhaps the telling try in this one. And let's have another look. Great kick this from Casey. She has been a key component to this Oulton side.
Yeah, she just had a hand in everything good that Oulton have come up with.
There's a big collision between Taylor and Jones. Referee had a good look at it, and then he says, "Nah, you've been punished enough." That's a try for Kia Holmes.
Yeah, maybe, if she hadn't scored that, maybe I think he would have definitely given a penalty. I don't think it was worthy of a sending off, but there was definitely a collision in there. But like you said, they've been punished. They've got another try against them.
So into the last few minutes, they've gone for a short restart. Not a bad option at all. Oulton have got to it. Nice work. Excellent work from Abigail Birtwistle, who's now on the field.
Yeah, just nice to see that, Salford are really not going to give up or taking it lying down.
I mean, both of these sides have had excellent seasons. Look, the big carry coming in from Oulton. It served up a treat for us this afternoon as a grand final, put it that way.
Yeah, it's been a great game, very, very entertaining, and a lot of skill on show.
Harriman will play the ball just over the halfway line. Here's Fitzpatrick, another outstanding run from her. Breaking to the 30-metre line, last tackle signalled. Off out to Casey again. This time she keeps a kick low and heads for the touchline. In the olden days they'd say grubber kick, in the newer days they'd say game management.
Yeah, that was great game management, put the ball out, let a team reset and really sort out the defence.
And so, clock continues to tick down on these Salford hopes. Kinney runs it in. Into the middle comes Salford, this time through Casey Naylor. Naylor plays it back. It's released out on the right to Fellingham. Back in field. Good tackle. They've just turned up for each other, haven't they? Kelly Aitken putting that hit in next time for Oulton. Oops. Little error coming in there. A tired one for Demi Lee Jones. She knew what she wanted to do with it, but I think she was a play ahead of herself.
Yeah, she's trying to think there probably before she's actually caught the ball, and that's just desperate times for Salford, and they are fatigued and they're getting tired now. They've they've given it their all, and I don't think the coaching staff could ask much more of them.
Now I'm thinking of the time of the game that we're on at the moment. Who have been your pick of the players?
And I think there's been some great players across both teams. Some really great rugby on show. If I was to have to pick, I think Caitlin Casey has really organised the Oulton team and probably been the difference and had a hand in most of, if not all of the tries. Just her game management and the control that she's taken for such a young player. It's been a privilege to watch.
And running in now is Kelly Aitken, so I think our league player of the game will go the way of Oulton Raidettes. Caitlin Casey, the number 6 who's in possession now, going for a drop goal. Has she found it? She has, She's just crowned her Player of the Match award from our league with a drop goal. 33 points to 14. Third of the season as well.
That's just the icing on the cake, I think, for the Oulton team. She didn't need to do it, but she did, because she's got all that confidence there for playing, and rightly so. Probably just put a little bit more salt in the Salford wounds, but just really probably sealed this win off for her team, and what more could you ask for?
23-0 this second half. Can't believe how one-sided that looks, but it hasn't been that type of game, has it?
No, not at all. But I think they've just kept a little bit more composure of Oulton, and they've reaped the rewards for it.
Salford may end this game on the charge. They've got possession. They've got the feed and the scrum. Oops, referee nearly has to do himself for a high tackle. Tell you what, I'm sure Megan Conliffe will knock him off the Christmas card list after that one. I'll refer himself to the disciplinary committee anyway. Ball played out for Salford. Nice movement. They've got an overlap if they can use it, but their defence is tip top. Taylor tackling Brogan Evans. I think she was another player that was at Warrington last season. 15 metres out from the line. Salford looking to finish with the flourish. Fellingham moving the ball out. Good defence. Played by Helena Walker. Comes to midfield. Back to Fellingham. No look pass for Ihari, who feeds it out. Picked up by Ellison, who keeps it moving to Fellingham. Lovely dummy. She keeps the ball moving. It's scrappy, but it's going to go in favour of Brogan Evans. Evans cutting back to the middle. Good run. Has she got enough on it? She has, She's stretched out. She's scored. Has she? No, she hasn't. It's a double movement. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I couldn't see the ball, but I think it was the crowd that probably gave that one then, and just deemed to have double movement. She doesn't think so, but the referee does, and that's all that matters.
I was getting excited for the Salford response here. You can see she challenges the defence. She's unlucky to have that ruled out. We've got the clock ticking down. Oulton Raidettes in possession. Oulton Raidettes for the win. What a win it is for them as well. They've kept Salford scoreless this second half. They've won by 33 points to 14. What a performance.
Yeah, what a game. If you'd have asked me at half time where was this game going, I really couldn't have called it, but in the last 10 minutes or so, Oulton just made it their game and took control and put all them points on the board. So fair credit to them, but fair credit to Salford. They played a massive part in it, and I'm not sure that the scoreline really reflects how close the game was.
It was a super game, wasn't it? I mean, we saw it. We saw Salford go out to a 10-0 advantage. Oulton levelled things up at 10-all. Then Alex Simpson scored right on the stroke of half-time to make it 14-10. In the second half, it was so nip and tuck until Taylor took that pass from McFarlane to go in to level things up. Then there was the individual effort from Caitlin Casey after 56 minutes. Rose going in after 63 minutes. And then the kick from Casey that led to the try for Kia Holmes, and Casey finishing it all off with a drop goal. And this is what it all means as well. Look at that. I love rugby league for this and the sporting nature. You've just knocked 7 bells out of each other for 80 minutes. And everybody's friends afterwards.
Yeah, that's what rugby league's about. You know, as hurt as the Salford players will be, you know, they'll be pleased for the Oulton team, and as happy as the Oulton team are, they know that the effort that Salford have put in. So there's, you know, it is just one big family sport, and it's tough when you lose, and it's great when you win. But you know, you've got to stick together, and them good times and them bad times, they'll come for both teams.
Let's have a look at the best of the second half, and this is Caitlin Casey at her absolute best, tearing through the middle, getting as far as the 20-metre line. And this is just really good link-up play down this right-hand side. Hooker McFarlane runs, Taylor follows up, burst through.
Yeah, that's just experience there from Taylor. She said, give me the ball and I know where the try line is, and that was probably a real turning point in the game.
Then we see the other replay, the closer look, and you can see how subtle this movement is down the right hand side. Taylor making it look so easy, like she did with the try in the first half. Then this was the individual try from Caitlin Casey. Slight dummy, the defence opened up, and she got the pace to get into the backfield and beat the full-back.
Yeah, like you say, you know, there's not much more to say on that other than it was just a great individual effort and a great bit of individual brilliance.
Such quick play of the ball as well. I do like that. Halfback's looking round and thinking, this is my try, I can have this one. And this next try, again some great movement across the field. Fitzpatrick swapping passes with Taylor, offload from Taylor, unselfish. Rose going in for her second try.
Yeah, that was quite a great team try. You know, similar to the one that they scored in the first half. All the passes are on point, everyone's running the right line and just playing what's in front of them. After that, it comes a bit off the cuff, and great team try. No selfishness in it.
And then we see this was the kick which came in. Jones struggled with it, a real collision between her and Taylor, and then Kia Holmes following through to touchdown. So that made it 32-14 on the back of it. Great kick as well again by Casey.
Yeah, you know, she's doing that all afternoon, putting in some great kicks. I think if Demi had her time over, she'd try and catch that on the full. And that's why I suppose they say never let a rugby ball bounce. You don't know where it's going to end up, and it ended up in the arms of one of the Oulton players and scored 4 points.
And then, like you say, right at the end of the game, Casey drops the goal. So our match officials receiving the awards for this one. So Danny Tyndall, Fergus Brown and Simeon Kwambi have been excellent today. Well done to each of them. Kept the game flowing, and it's been fantastic, that. And we must know something as well, because we've picked Caitlin Casey as our player of the match, and she's got the official nod as well. So she'll be able to put that player of the match award on the mantelpiece. Look how happy she looks at that one. And for every winner there is a runner-up, and led by her skipper Louise Fellingham, they pick up the runners-up medals. Well played to Salford Red Devils though. They've had a great first season in the championship. Definitely think there's a bigger story to be told.
Yeah, definitely they'll learn a lot from this, and probably come back bigger and better next year. They've, like you said, they've had a great season and probably just wasn't meant to be this year, but it's not the last we've seen of them. I think, you know, they'll keep building and try and aim to be in that Super League next year.
So Simpson takes the final medal and goes back to join her teammates. And now for the winning side, the Oulton Raidettes and Caitlin Casey. Look at her winners medal. So much she's done, so much Danny Rose has done, and Vanessa Harriman was excellent as well. All of these players playing their part over the course of the afternoon. Some really, really big efforts amongst them. You can see the big smile on Lara Dalby's face. She's the girl who is sporting the Pace Travis locks. Kelly Aitken picks up her winners medal. And last but by no means least, Caitlin Jade Wilkinson collects. She's got a family for company as well. They're telling them what they're going to do. It looks like they're going to rush into the picture. Oh! Oh, he's missed his moment. They've got to give him another moment. I'm not leaving with that one. Oh, that's excellent. What a lovely picture that is. Oulton Raidettes, your championship champions this season, following a thrilling 33-14 win in the grand final. There's going to be some great pictures for this one. And of course, a few years ago, they did lose Rockstar. He's the legend that helped so many young players come through. And it's quite fitting that any success that Oulton Raiders and the Raidettes have, they acknowledge where they've come from. Great scenes, excellent scenes here. Rachel Thompson, it's been great working alongside you again. Thank you ever so much.
Not a problem, thank you for having me.
Hopefully, I said this last year, didn't I? I'll see more of you on the field next year. So
yes,
I wish you well in your recovery and getting back for Wigan.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you very soon. And we'll catch you very soon on Our League with another production. But my name's Dave Parkinson. You've been watching the Women's Championship Grand Final and the League One Grand Final. This one has finished victory to Oulton Raidettes by 33 points to 14. Whatever you're doing over the rest of your weekend, hope you enjoy it. And my thanks go to everyone that's made this production possible and all the production that goes into it. You don't realise the hours that these guys put in as well to bring this to you. But we'll sign off safe in the knowledge that it's Oulton Raidettes who have written themselves a piece of Oulton history.